Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is my vlog on visit to Agadir. So first of all, it was a really rainy day, the day we left the UK. It took a whole day to essentially be at the airport, but as you can tell, it's really rainy and cloudy outside. When we landed, it was actually still quite cold at Agadir airport, but it was night time. We took a taxi to the hotel and dinner was already over, so we had to go to a nearby restaurant to have some food, and the food was okay, I would say. The next morning we really got a sense of what the hotel looked like. It was really quite green everywhere, especially inside the hotel, but outside of that, typical kind of city vibes. Breakfast was really spread out and I wasn't best pleased with the menu as well, as you can see. After breakfast we went for a little drink, I took a nap, and then we went to the tour office in the hotel where they told us what to expect in the hotel itself, as well as outside the hotel in terms of local amenities and essentially tourism things to do. And soon after that it was lunchtime, and again, as you can see, the food was really spread out. But one thing I did really like was the tagine, which is something that we ended up eating every single day. There were a lot of options, but they were really spread out, and often the food was quite cold. Lunch, we went for a little dip in the pool. We'd selected this hotel purely for the rides that we'd seen on the internet, and we'd assumed that it's going to be quite warm, even though it was a December. But we'd checked the weather and it kept showing that it was going to be quite warm, but actually it was quite cold. The water here was absolutely freezing, so it was literally like a cold plunge. In the actual sun, it wasn't too bad, and actually this pool, in comparison, which is a bit more of a public pool and not one of the rides pools, was actually much warmer, and it felt warmer because I think we'd just been in cold water, and they were doing some Zumba, but as you can see, most people there were quite old. No shade to them, but yes, it was kind of interesting to get involved. By no means was it anything like the last experience that I'd had of a similar sort of resort, which was at Hurghada in Egypt, and I kept comparing everything to Hurghada. And after this, we used one of the trip apps to book this camel ride. And I must say, some of these trip apps and the way these tourism experiences were advertised was a lot more interesting and exciting than it ended up being. And I feel like I'm a bit biased because I kept comparing with Hurghada. But yeah, I was a bit disappointed. So this was sort of like mid-afternoon, late afternoon time. Took a shower and we got ready, got in a jeep and went to this location where we got picked up to get on these camel rides. And all of this took so long. The faff of kind of getting everybody on the camels, getting all ready to go. We had all the camels lined up. And actually, there was a couple of these ladies in front of us who were pretty hilarious. They were British, and they kept making these drunken jokes, which was really funny. And I must say, do not wear a skirt if you're going on a camel ride. That was completely the wrong choice of outfit for me to wear. It was pretty beautiful, considering that it was sunset time and we got to see some beautiful views. But there was the vibe of this supposed to be like a more nature feeling walk, so to speak, but actually there was a lot more urban influences. I mean, we were walking past houses, and the forest that we were supposed to go past was actually just a nature park more than anything, and the only wild animals that we really saw were actually goats, and I don't think there were wild goats either. And this was supposed to be a ride exclusively to see flamingos, but the flamingos were so far away. We actually had to zoom in with our phones in order to see the actual flamingos. So a little bit of a disappointment, but nevertheless something to do. I feel like I've had enough of camel rides for a lifetime now, because this camel ride was so anticlimactic. I will never get used to getting on and off a camel. It's one of the scariest, weirdest sensations. Gosh, as you can see, not a good look. getting off a camel in a skirt.
A workout.
And it got cold, so I was feeling cold. My hands and feet were all cold, my knees were hurting. After that, we got invited to have some tea and some biscuits. I was hungry, so I was more than happy to just have any of these ugly biscuits, and even this icky tea, to be honest. Straight after this, we had dinner, thankfully, and dinner was better, but still not the best. And here's me exploring all the dessert options on my plate and clearly getting disappointed. After this, we went for a midnight walk at the beach. We spent about 2 hours walking up and down this beach, and here's where I made my rookie mistake of essentially allowing myself to get so cold. My feet got so cold, and I was trying to spot some stars and stuff in the sky, but actually, considering that we were so close to the beach and away from natural light, I think it's the pollution that meant that we couldn't actually see that many stars in the sky. But this beach walk was very lovely. The next morning, I actually woke up with a horrible viral infection, cough, cold sort of thing. I think that came from me essentially dipping my feet in the cold water for like 2 hours, more or less. And the next morning, our plan was to travel to Crocco Park, and I had a full-on fever in the cab. I had to take paracetamol, but thankfully the journey to Crocco Park, I felt a lot better by the time I got there, and the paracetamol had kicked in. I remember the taxi driver, when he'd driven us from the airport, was talking about this Crocco Park as the next big thing.
You didn't even turn around. Like, literally, he hasn't blinked, and that guy's not opened his mouth open that whole time.
Yeah, because he's waiting for food to climb into his mouth.
Well, I want to see one move to be convinced.
If they throw some food at it, they'll move. So then they're going to move. Yep, he's looking at you, mate.
Wait,
look,
is he moving?
Look, he's looking at you.
Oh, he actually moved. Oh my god, he moved.
Dinosaur.
He literally looks like a dinosaur.
He moves a bit fake, doesn't he?
He looks like he was battery powered.
Do you think there's a human in there, in an outfit?
I would not be surprised if they were plastic.
They are not. Oops, oh dear.
I want to see them do the crocodile roll. Oh, that's why they did it.
Oh,
Because I wasn't believing it.
he's in there, yeah.
They had to show that they do move. They're like, oh my god, they don't lose money. There's a bird there. I want to see that bird being eaten. And there's one swimming.
Where's the bird?
Crocodile. Okay, can we move around?
Right there.
So we're at Crocco Park.
Yeah. Go and tell us some.
How gigantic these cactuses are. Huge.
Now look on this side.
Yeah, they look fake good. Look how still he is. And look, that one just got his eyes out. I think it'd go round this way. He's so chill.
I did get to learn a little bit about crocodiles, and I think I've seen crocodiles for a lifetime now. There were just that many crocodiles. This was literally a place called Crocco Park, so obviously all there was just crocodiles. There were some other animals which you'll see soon. For example, chameleons and tortoises, very anticlimactic. Snakes are not interesting at all. They're so boring. And baby turtles and baby crocodiles. I feel like that was literally it.
I think it'll be good crocodile.
Their mouths open to regulate their temperature.
I'm looking at.
Remain on the lookout at the water.
eyes are protected by transparent eyelid. Like sunglasses. Like basically, nostrils are sealed by a muscle. The ear behind the eye is protected by a thick shell. It allows the baby to stay underwater without breathing for several hours.
So what is this? What is it called?
Like keep alive at home.
What's it called again?
Well,
yeah.
little leaf thing. Anyway.
I call it a fifth leaf.
In the whole 2-3 hours that we were there, I feel like I was more intrigued by all the tropical trees and plants that I found there, and I'm very much of a indoor plant enthusiast, so for me I was kind of flabbergasted by these gigantic trees and plants of essentially the versions of the plants that I have in my house, but in much smaller and less healthier forms. So I will rate this place for the greenery and the diversity in terms of all the plants that I was exposed to here. This next bit is literally the cutest part of the whole trip, which is seeing these cute monkeys. Oh my gosh, they were the cutest little things, and they had little babies, and they acted like miniature humans in their little mannerisms.
Oh my goodness, hi! Oh, look at the...
You recognise them?
I feel like I want to show it a video.
You want to show it, would you?
Yeah, I want to show it a video just so it kind of reacts.
You think how disturbing the noise it would be? Wouldn't it? He's like, what the hell? He stopped.
Okay. I'll show you a bloody video about it.
Where are you going? Hello? Poses? Yeah. Guys, poses? Guys, back poses?
Look at him, look at this. He's so intrigued by your phone.
Oh, he's hanging. Look at him hanging. What's he doing? Okay. He just shut himself. Yep. Had a little poo. Oh, you may have knocked him out. Mama? This one's carrying a little baby. I know. This one's got a baby on the back. Look on the neck.
Oh my god, he's so tiny!
There's two.
Oh my goodness! Hi! Hi, look at this! Look at this!
Trying to get a shadow to see to make a reflection. First job done.
This video.
We're showing him one of your own videos.
Yeah.
Which one? One of your vlogs?
No, well, we were falling down the slide. Oh my goodness.
Big room.
Oh shit, I don't know what we're doing there. Got a mirror there for them.
The selfie?
Yeah.
Because I got confused. Like, who's that? No, they're checking like, who's that?
Oh! Oh my god, they're looking at themselves.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look how intrigued they are with their own video. Put them on selfie mode. The camera. And they're really intrigued by their own selves. Look at that. Who is that? Alright.
is it? It's over there. Alright, mate.
It's like he's in a western. Look, all the dust coming up. Oh, we were on the other side. That's how we saw that plant. So pretty. I love when a new leaf comes. I think I had these at home as well. So pretty. Love it. Love it. I don't have one on the park. Oh, well, not quite. I had a bougainvillea. I had a pink bougainvillea at home as well.
Okay, just stand there. Stand there.
As you can see, I am literally obsessed with all the plants in this place. But another cool thing was actually seeing papyrus. All these are actually papyrus, and we saw papyrus being made into essentially the ancient forms of paper that we have, which is what the Egyptians used to use in a sense to write things and write hieroglyphics, etc.
ولادهم خصوصا كانوا الساعة قدام هذه الطريقة ديال الصيد كاتيش زيد وقيلة
Which one?
And I really want that one, alocasias.
What, this big leaf one?
I have this one at home. I have this one at home, and they're not that big, but I do have them at home. Oh, this is like the japonica one. Oh, this is like carnivore. Oh, I have mini versions of this at home too. Yeah, that one I have at home. But then you've got our thing, oh yes, I did have this one. I did have this one. I did have this one too.
You did?
Yes, I sold them.
Okay, clearly you don't love them that much.
Can you imagine? These are
Made him nervous.
real fossils.
Don't step on them then.
Real fossils.
Is it?
Real fossils. These are real fossils. Fossils. Oh my god. I like that.
Was a real fossil. Have you stepped on it?
I've seen that before. I nearly bought that one.
Just take it from here. Put your bag. Yeah, go on to the
This is the other road.
What are you then? Somewhere there. Right across.
If it's buried, it is here.
Yeah, just sort of fun for the kids. Emphasis being,
Gosh, this is fine.
emphasis being kids. You can be an archaeologist. Why?
This is a real fossil. Oh my god.
They say you can be an archaeologist because someone already found the fossil. All you're doing is just brushing it off. So that means you can be an archaeologist now. Yeah.
Oh, look at this. This must have been
Act as paleontologists looking for fossils in sand areas.
You can look for these in here.
Really?
You can look for these in here.
We'll get to work then. I'll come back for you.
Let's see if I can find them.
No, you're not going to find all of them. Not go all day.
Find another one. Find another one.
Glad you're not an archaeologist, man. You would have damaged so many fossils doing that.
Oh, something else down here. Find another one.
At this rate, you're probably going to find some like
Can't be off on board now.
There you go, your archaeologist done his work. Yeah, I mean her work. Yeah, there you go. Made a difference to the world. There you go. He just walks off after 2 minutes. Here's a fake toy.
Next we went into this section which had gigantic cactuses, agave and aloe vera plants with chameleon hiding within them.
These are aloe veras. Look at that. Look at all these aloe veras.
Huge. That looks like an alien planet. Look. How big they are. Go stand next to it. See how big it is. Oh.
Oh!
Oh, mate.
Look at this. They're just chilling in there. They've just got them chilling in there. I can climb up and touch it.
No, no. That's the whole point. They got security for people like you. Look at the same pose. No, he's not posing like that. Give him a name. You responded to it. Make it too close, it might lick your eyeball out. Don't agitate him.
You want a picture of them? Hi. Yeah. Of course, just have a picture of you with them.
Where?
That guy over there.
You tried. Yeah, they changed that.
Look at that one over there.
She's yawning. Shit. Good work, damn. Otherwise, this guy might spit something out here. What's the sack for? Does that get full or not? Brother? The sack, is it filled? It's big. Actually, they could come out. Because obviously nothing's stopping them. Besides.
What do they eat?
Humans?
What des pieds d'éléphant. Oh yeah, you can
Why makes that noise? It looks like a sack. It looks fake. His texture's like a bag.
It's orange.
None of it's like a bag. He's got gloves. Like, his hands are like gloves. When you put gloves on them, they're not the right size. His hands are feet up.
Just experience it as well.
I have to say the view from here was pretty lovely, but the tortoises were so anticlimactic and boring. They kind of looked like mini dinosaurs, not gonna lie.
I recorded you on the other one. I'll go for it. What? What is that? you stop saying hi to people that you don't know? Oh, iguanas you don't know. Ooh, you hang on.
What on those? There's a iguana over there.
Someone wrote on him.
Oh my gosh, they're actually trying to mimic the colours of
Yeah,
the
of course.
thing. They got some orange in there to match the sand and the thing. I want to put it on my pink jumper and see if I turn pink.
So why don't you just like lie down with one, see if it matches your pink. Stop scaring them. Wait, let them take a picture first. Let's scare them away. Yeah, he's trying to get away. Probably.
Mini tortoises.
They're real?
Yeah. Oh my god. That baby alligator. Look at these ones. I can put my hand in there. Look at them. They look like dinosaurs.
Yeah, this guy's not he's not slept for days.
We went in to see the snakes that didn't really budge or move or doing anything particularly interesting, but they had loads of these fancy caves and these viewing areas where you could really get in between the snakes and get different views of the snakes essentially, which was okay, I suppose. And after this I went into a slide which ended with a head injury.
Yeah. You okay?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
After Crocco Park was over, we headed back on the taxi. Our taxi was waiting for us outside. It took us about 1.5 to 2 hours inside Crocco Park. We headed back to the hotel, had our lunch, and after lunch the plan was actually to go to what was called Paradise Valley, which looked absolutely brilliant in the pictures. But no sooner had we arrived, we realised again, as like most things in Agadir, anticlimactic. The views, however, were gorgeous. I did fall asleep through the long bus ride, and we ended up coming to this botanical garden, which I know was completely a marketing ploy to get us to buy stuff, and I bought some really expensive herbal honey, which didn't taste like the honey they made us taste and said it was good for colds and coughs. But this botanical garden was pretty cool.
It's a little bit spicy, but it's good for my and if you guys put it on country markets as well. Alors ça c'est le fond, c'est un genre de cactus. Et on va se bien bien je vais pas mélanger, bien
What is it? Peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
But a bit different. It's got something else in it. Olive oil.
Kind of like peanut butter.
This has got olive oil in it, right? Just smooth peanut butter. Yeah, I'm sure.
Paradise Valley was shown to be a 5-hour thing, but actually majority of it was the journey. We kept picking up various people from hotels, and we got taken to various parts where they were basically trying to sell us stuff. This was one of them. This was an area where you could take pictures, but then they had this really cool area with artifacts that was being sold. It was a good photo op, I will say, and the views were pretty remarkable. I wish we'd actually got more chance to do the actual hiking and take it all in. But yes, more time was spent doing some of these things, really.
But where are you going?
We're following the donkey.
Well, donkey's leading the way.
Yeah. He knows where it's going.
There he is. Donkeys know best. That looks like a... Oh, look at that bench. Can't tell how high this is. Let's see. Someone's house down there. Down there. Sleep here. 10. Would you want to sleep there? All the shops. It's like cafes. Shah Rukh Khan, Amir Khan. Ahmed Khan. Just take a break. Guess we don't take a break. Bubs. Water's clear though. Water's really clear. Surprisingly. Still. Yeah. Where are we going? Marina or Paradise? Paradise looks a bit cheap compared to the Marina. Looks a bit handmade.
They're intrigued by my foot.
Alright then, I'm filming you now. I'll come back next week for you if you want.
Oh yeah, the big one just came. Big one just came from my foot. Oh, I shouldn't have. Oh wow, they're really going for it. It's tickly that.
In the water.
Aye, aye, aye.
Guys, you're not down in the water. The chair's in the water. In there. Is this the... Okay, sit here. You sit in the water.
There we go. It's the same one, right?
They're eating the dirt that came from the floor off my feet.
That's right, it's the clean.
It's kind of tickly, you know? Feels like a little...
Teal? Go on then, tell us what it's like.
You know, after a bit, you start feeling cold.
Is it tokens or
If I get a pneumonia after tonight, yeah? You know why.
Yeah, that's why I want one of us to be better. And not both of us be alright, you see.
Last night I was really brave and I was dipping my feet in the seawater like near midnight, so...
This is where we are. Walk over to the other area just to see where everyone is. Cause
Wow, look how many are near my feet. My left foot.
my left foot.
I think I usually exfoliate my right foot a lot better anyway.
Hey. Hiya. Hiya. Hello. And on this side of the water, we've got this one. This. You want to turn around so I can see your face?
I'm getting the foot therapy done by the fish, and they're really big and they're trying to eat my scab, and
Scabby. It looks nice though. Hey Lola.
After soaking my legs in this cold water in this murky little area, this walk back was really lovely. They took us a long way and we really got to see a lot of wilderness, lots of olive trees, and actually it was quite nice. I wish we'd actually got a chance to stand and take it all in and explore in this area rather than the commercial area where we got taken to, which had shops and cafes and didn't really give the idea of being in nature as much as this area did, but we were following the crowd, so we had to keep up with them. By the time we returned, it was nightfall and there was only time for dinner and some evening extravaganza, which you'll see soon. The next morning / afternoon, we actually skipped breakfast and went straight for lunch, because why bother eating food that you don't even like? Lunch, I feel, was much better anyway. We had tagine again, and then we went to the souk. Frankly speaking, for how much it was hyped up, another example of not something I particularly liked all that much. Not something you go all the way to a different country just to go to an open market, essentially. I would rate it a 3 out of 10.
We thought we'd come in shopping, but accidentally ended up at the Sabzi Bazaar.
It looked like a sabzi. Oh, don't stop touching things.
I did, however, buy a tagine pot here, which we hold back to the UK. I've made tagine about twice since I've been back, but I actually use the tagine base more for salads, and I think it gives a really good feel.
Looks like a nice guy though. So what you getting?
I'm getting a tagine.
You know how to use it?
No, but I figure it out.
Okay.
I don't even think we've got a coal fire, but figure it out.
It works on a normal gas, right?
Yeah, it goes on a gas or on it goes in a oven as well. But I've become a fan of tagine since I've eaten tagine, so I'm going to be tagine cook.
Okay, we'll see. Love the packaging. Looks very secure.
It's got to go in our hand luggage.
And this is as fragile on it.
I have some nuts in my bag.
Ask him. I wouldn't just feed him. Oh, they've got an aquarium below inside as well, with fish and stuff. Oh, she's on parrot. Don't touch him.
Look, they're all snuggling over there.
You're probably scared.
Oh my goodness.
It's like a pile of hamsters. That one's definitely a pile.
The irony is we actually bumped into more animals in the souk than we did in the actual wilderness.
Jasmine? Oh,
Jasmine.
Yep.
And this, you know this. That's really cactus. It's good for
Oh, good.
smell.
Whoa.
That's what to use it. I'll show you what to use it. Give your hand. Like this.
Do you want to go, Baba?
Das ist hot water. That is very good. Smell.
Okay, that's wrong.
Give him.
This one. Whoa.
Okay, check.
Whoa.
And here.
The souk we went for a hammam and massage, which they said it will be for 5 hours, but actually 1 hour of that we were waiting. It was not really the best experience, and after this we were rushing back because they were running late. We didn't want to miss sunset because we wanted to see at least one sunset on the beach whilst I was to open my exam results.
We are human on the run. We are human on the run. Catch the human. Shh. Right, that's dipping down quick. Wanna go to the water? Come on then. Wanna go to the water or you want to do it from here?
No, we're going to want
Come on then.
We made it just on time to literally see the very end of the sunset and open my results on the beach. I love making memories opening my exam results, and this was another such. I will say that a sunset on a beach never goes wrong, and it was one of the best parts about being on this holiday. The next morning we wanted to catch the sunrise on the beach, so we woke up in time to catch sunrise, and an early morning beach is just something so beautiful. And what we decided to do was actually look at pebbles and try and find some fossil rocks. This was hours before we got on our flight back home, and that was our short trip to Agadir. I don't think I rated it very well, but maybe we went on the wrong season. If you like this video, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe and share this video, and don't forget to press that bell icon. Mwah, bye bye.